My name is Nelson Chuma. I work for the U.S. Embassy. A building engineer there. I've been with the U.S. Embassy for close to 14 years, and how I joined Nkwazi is when I joined the U.S. Embassy, majority of the people in the embassy were members of Nkwazi, and I had the opportunity to speak to a few of them and find out what is this Nkwazi you're talking about. Is it a bank? Is it a cooperative? What are the benefits? And I got very positive responses from most of them. They were telling me the benefits of Nkwazi, what they've done through Nkwazi products, and that's how I started getting products from Nkwazi to start improving myself. We started with 500 beds, and the result was very encouraging. And we said, "Wow, if we can do 500 beds, let's ramp it up to 1,000." And then that's how we grew to where we are now at 27,000 beds. And for us to make this viable business more meaningful to us, we wanted to expand our operations. But how do we expand our operations with the limited resources we had? From our little savings, which we were accruing through sales of eggs, and also from our small savings, it was not possible for us to be able to build the chicken runs and be able to run our operational costs. So that's when now Nkwazi became handy, and we got our first product to expand the poultry houses, and that's why we started building poultry 2, poultry 3, and poultry 4 through borrowing from Nkwazi and repaying as and when the dues were required to be paid. So we started with we built a second house, we built the third house and the fourth house through help from Nkwazi and also from our savings as a family. And the end product is what we just saw today, that now we have ramped up from the one single house to 4 houses. Apart from that, we realized that the amount of feed we're buying from our supplier of feed was so bulky, so we needed to build a warehouse. Again, with the help of Nkwazi, we were able to build a warehouse, and then the last product which we've introduced on the farm is the egg tray making factory. There was a challenge about 2 years ago when there was a scarcity of trays in Osaka. We made a decision to venture into producing our own egg trays, and this is a business which we've been running now for close to a year. We bought equipment from China, we installed it ourselves, and it's been running smoothly ever since. We only use about 10% of the trays we make, the other 90% we sell. And the money we make, of course, most of it goes into operations, but for reinvestment, we use the product from Nkwazi plus our savings to do the investment and put up the structures which you've seen. For people who are trying to get into this business, it's a very nice business. I mean, you see the beds from day one until you sell them at 90 weeks. But it's not a smooth ride. I mean, you really have to wake up every morning, look after, make sure your beds have got water, your beds have got food, that the biosecurity is intact, because the workers will just come in and out and they'll bring diseases. So it's a profitable business, but also it's a very challenging business. It needs you to be full-time on the project and you run it and you supervise it and be on top of things. On whether I will continue to be a member of Nkwazi when I retire, definitely yes. I will still continue to be a member of Nkwazi. The only thing is maybe our focus now will change from borrowing for investment, because by the time I retire, I'm sure I would have done all the investments which we had planned, but I'll still continue to be an active member. Hopefully, maybe I can even try to be in the executive to try and help upcoming members on how they can reinvest their savings. Yeah. To those who are planning to, who are joining the US Embassy and they want to be a member of Nkwazi, I would urge them to not even hesitate. Please, as soon as you get your letter of offer and you start work, apply to be a member of Nkwazi. There are so many benefits of being a Nkwazi member, and I've seen it myself. How Nkwazi have helped me to be where I am today. I don't think I would have been where we are now if it wasn't for Nkwazi. They have helped us where we are stuck, where we are short of money to invest in our farm. They have helped us, and we've been able to invest, and the results are now visible.